Honorable members, let's pray. Almighty God, who in your wisdom and goodness have appointed the offices of leaders and county assemblies for the welfare of society and the just government of the people, we beseech you to behold with your abundant favor us, your servants, whom you have been pleased to call to the performance of important trust in this republic. Let your blessings descend upon us here assembled, and grant that we treat and consider all matters that shall come under our deliberation in so just and faithful a manner as to promote your honor and glory, and to advance the prosperity and welfare of our country and of those whose interests you have committed to our charge. Amen. Clerk.
Order number 1, administration of oath.
Next order.
Order number 2, communication from the chair.
Honorable members, we are in receipt of communication, an invitation to Governor's Cup volleyball tournament received on 17th February 2023 and is committed to the Chair Youth and Sports Committee, and it reads as follows. The County Department of Youth Affairs, Sports, ICT and Innovation is organizing the Governor's Cup volleyball tournament, an initiative of His Excellency the Governor, as one of the efforts to enhance sporting industry towards contribution to socio-economic development. The objective of the tournament is to engage youth aged between 18 and 35 years in the sport of volleyball across the county, starting at the ward level, so as to identify, nurture, and develop sporting talent, promote access to information and empowerment, to strengthen partnerships for resource mobilization. The purpose of this communication, therefore, is to notify yourselves and request you to share the information with all the members of County Assembly with a view of involving them, and further request them to provide their support in terms of 1. Registration of teams in their respective wards. 2. Mobilization and publicity at the ward level. 3. Identification of venues for ward finals. 4. Standing in as chief guests at the ward level award ceremonies and any other move that will promote the goal of the tournament. Attached is a copy of a work plan for the same. Thank you for your continued support, as signed by the County Secretary. Clerk.
Order number 3, messages.
Next order.
Order number 4, petitions.
Next order.
Order number 5, papers.
Next order.
Order number 6, notices of motion.
Proceed.
Order number 7, statements.
Proceed. Thank you, honorable members. We are in receipt of a notice of motion, and we hereby welcome the honorable member from Tulwet Chuyat, Honorable Songok, to move the motion. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, for giving me this opportunity to give the notice of motion. Aware that the fourth schedule of Constitution of Kenya 2010 gives mandate to the county government over agriculture, including livestock salience. Further aware that residents of Uasin Gishu County largely depend on livestock and livestock products. That the county government has established livestock salience distributed across the county, cognizant that livestock sales are a source of revenue for the county government. Thank you. sale yards are a source of revenue for the county government, concerned that there are discrepancies in fees charged at different sale yards. This county assembly urges this county government of Uasin Gishu through the Department of Livestock and Fisheries to harmonize the levies on livestock sale yards as provided for in the Finance Act 2020/2021. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you to the mover of the motion. Next order.
Order number 7, statements.
Proceed.
Order number 8, supplementary orders of the day, motion and bills. Order number 9, motion.
I now welcome Honorable Songok once more to move the motion. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, for giving me this opportunity to move the following motion. Aware that the 4th schedule of the Constitution of Kenya 2010 gives mandate to the county government over agriculture, including livestock sale yards. Further aware that residents of Uasin Gishu County largely depend on livestock and livestock products, noting that the county government has established livestock sale yards distributed across the county, cognizant that livestock sale yards are a source of revenue for the county government, concerned that there are discrepancies in fees charged at the different sale yards. This county assembly urges this county government of Uasin Gishu through the Department of Livestock and Fisheries to harmonize the levies on livestock sale yards as provided for in the Finance Act 2020/2021. Madam Speaker, Uasin Gishu, when we passed the finance bill, every levies was put in every part of Uasin Gishu, being urban or in rural. And Uasin Gishu, because of it's a place where we breed our livestock, we have the sale yards, and we find that in every sale yard, the county charges selling of an animal or even any goods that is being sold in a sale yard. And we find that in our neighboring counties, example given is Kakamega. The county of Kakamega charges about 30 shillings per head. And here in Uasin Gishu, we charge at 60 shillings per head. We find that our farmers will just move to the next county and sell their animals or even their products. And we find that here in Uasin Gishu, we are losing a lot of revenue going to the other county. And we find that if we could find a way of also harmonizing what is being charged in the next county and here in Uasin Gishu, so that we can have our farmers selling their products here in Uasin Gishu, and we get the revenue here for Uasin Gishu to develop Uasin Gishu. At the same time, you find, Madam Speaker, that as we go also in our rural areas and in the urban areas, we may find also some discrepancies that maybe now here in the urban area, some levies is being charged lesser than even in the rural. And we find that it could be the other way around, whereby in the rural, we would be charging even lesser, and we find it a bit higher in the urban, because of in the urban we have a lot of customers apart from in the rural areas. So we find that these discrepancies is finding a way of losing a lot of revenue for for the people of Uasin Gishu. And I saw it good that this county government of Uasin Gishu, that we belong, all of us, that the Department of Livestock and Fisheries could find a way and see how they are going to harmonize every part, have an equal charges or levies that is being charged for people. Instead, we find that we are losing a lot, and even it does find its ways that even duplicating of receipts, somebody can just have another receipt reading the differently from what the county expects from the people. So there's a lot that would need to be done from the department, Madam Speaker. So on my prayer to this county assembly is that I want us, all of us, to support this motion, honorable members, so that we can have our county not losing a lot of money anyhowly for our people now going to other places and sell the animals. Instead, let us collect our revenue here, build our county, and then we find also solutions for the other parts that we know that we have other commodities, like people at the sale yards sell clothes, even Mama Mboga can also be there, but they are being charged even at the higher rates. So, honorable members, I just pray that let us task our department to also see how they are going to harmonize. If it's going also for another public participation, let it also be, because the finance bill that we passed in this house in 2020-2021 was a guideline on how to go about every part of this county. So that's my prayer, Madam Speaker, and I ask Honorable Naomi Serem to second this motion, Madam Speaker. Thank you very much.
Honorable Naomi Serem.
Asante Madam Speaker, nimesimama kuunga mjadala huu ambaye imeletwa katika nyumba hii na Mheshimiwa Songok kuhusu mambo ya revenues katika hii kaunti yetu ya Uasin Gishu. Kweli vile amesema, tunapoteza pesa mingi sana kwa sababu wafanyabiashara wakihamisha biashara zao katika hizo kaunti zingine, tunapoteza pesa mingi sana. Na tunaomba nyumba hii iweze pia kuzingatia na tuweze kuona mambo ambayo yataweza kutekelezwa, tuweze kuwa katika uniformity na kaunti hizo zingine, kwamba wakulima wasiende kuuza ng'ombe Kakamega, na tuko na yards zetu ambazo ziko kwa boundaries. Wakulima wanaweza amua waseme kwamba sisi tunangoja kama ni wakati wa Jumamosi waende wauze mifugo yao, na pengine soko zetu ni Ijumaa, na tunapoteza revenues mingi katika kaunti yetu wa Uasin Gishu. Na hizo revenues tunategemea kwa ujenzi wa barabara, na tunategemea kwa maendeleo ambaye ni mingi sana katika hii kaunti yetu. Ameguzia pia mambo ya wafanyabiashara kuwa kuchajiwa pesa kiasi fulani, wale ambayo wako pale mashambani na wale wako huku katika miji. Tunaomba tuweze kuibalance, iweze kukua on the same level, kwa sababu hata kule mashambani wanategemea hizi revenues kwa kutengenezewa mabarabara zao. Pia huku town wanategemea hivyo hivyo. Madam Speaker, nasimama kuunga mjadala huu mkono. Asante.
Honorable members, the motion having been moved and properly seconded, I would like to just make an observation that I know the honorable member that has just sat down has a good command of Kiswahili, and I encourage her to keep using it more, so that she does not have to blend it with English, which I know she's also doing an excellent job. So the motion being that the fourth schedule of the Constitution of Kenya 2010 gives mandate to the county government of agriculture, including livestock sale yards. Further aware that residents of Uasin Gishu County largely depend on livestock and livestock products, noting that the county government has established livestock sale yards distributed across the county, cognizant that livestock sale yards are a source of revenue for the county government, concerned that there are discrepancies in fees charged at different sale yards, this county assembly urges this county government of Uasin Gishu through the Department of Livestock and Fisheries to harmonize the levies on livestock sale yards as provided for in the Finance Act of 2010-2021. Ensuing debate. Honorable James Serem.
Thank you so much, Madam Speaker. I'm in total support of this motion, bearing in mind that in our county, there are a lot of these disparities concerning the levies, and therefore, Madam Speaker, I'm in total support that we need to have or to ensure that all the levies within our county are the same in all the yards, bearing in mind that I personally, member representing great people of Karona Maipegi ward, bordering almost the 3 counties, that is Trans Nzoia, Elgeyo Marakwet, and therefore, sometimes you'll find that my ward farmers will somehow totally depend on the outside county when it comes to this issue of sales of their livestock. And of course, you'll find that our county will never earn something, and we are totally depending on also the taxes. So I would wish also, or I'm in stand of support to this, that we need to have clear guidelines also, so that our farmers, instead of moving from our counties to other counties, it is high time for us to ensure that all the levies and all the taxes are equal, from urban centers even back to the other areas or those wards around which are far away from the town. So therefore, Madam Speaker, I'm in total support of this, that we need actually to have, to see and to look into it, that we need to have those disparities dealt with, so that also our farmers will feel they are part and parcel of this county of ours. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Honorable Rhoda.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, for giving me an opportunity to stand in support of this motion that has been brought by Honorable Julius Songok and CH Tuluet Chuyat. Surely agriculture is a backbone thing that we depend on as a county, and also business is a sort of source of income. It is a source of revenue to all people who are trading, right from farmers, middlemen, to even consumers. At the same time, the county government is a consumer of the revenue that comes out of the same sales. It is so much prudent if the charges can be harmonized so that at least it can encourage a lot of people to do business. It can encourage a lot of traders to come across from other counties to our county, at least to do business. Out of them coming from other counties and do businesses in our county, I believe and trust we'll get a lot of revenue. If you see county government of Kakamega, they are charging 30 shillings. And we here in Uasin Gishu, we are charging 60 shillings. In comparison, even in supermarkets, if Getia is selling sugar at 160 shillings and Naivas are selling at 170 shillings, the variation is 10 bob. That 10 bob is a lot of money. People would opt to go and buy their products in Ketia. And maybe the profit they are making is only 3 shillings or 4 shillings. And they are getting like 2,000 people per day compared to Naivas. Naivas, maybe we can have like 200 shillings, 200 people who are bopping in to buy the same product with a variation of 10 bob. So that one who is collecting 4 bob in form of profit will get a lot of money compared to the other one who is selling with a variation of 10 bob. So I was requesting if our county can harmonize and change the rates in a way that it will be friendly to our traders and the middlemen, I believe and trust that we'll get a lot of revenue. Thank you so much. I'm in support of the motion that let the county government of Uasin Gishu at least harmonize that rate to at least maybe a friendly rate that can be friendly to our traders and the middlemen. I'm in support of the motion. Thank you so much.
Honorable Saida.
Asante sana Mheshimiwa Spika kwa kunipa hii nafasi ili niweze pia kuunga mkono kwa mjadala ambao umeletwa na Mheshimiwa Julius Songok kuhusu mambo ya wanyama ambao pia wanauzwa kwenye minada. Kwa kweli Madam Speaker, hii kaunti yetu tunaipoteza pesa nyingi kwa sababu ya wale watu ambao wako kwenye kati ya wale wanunuzi na wale wauzaji. Kwa hivyo huu mswada utasaidia sana kaunti yetu ya Uasin Gishu ili iweze pia kuwezesha hizi minada tuweze kuiweka kwenye pesa ambazo zinaweza pia kusaidia kaunti, na pia tunaweza kuhusisha wananchi ili pia waweze pia kutoa maoni ni kiasi gani za pesa ambazo zinawezwa kuwekwa pale ili pia isiwafinye sana na pia iweze pia kufaidi kaunti yetu ya Uasin Gishu. Kwa hivyo naunga mkono kwa haya yote kwa sababu wale watu ambao wako kwenye kati pia tunaipoteza pesa nyingi kwa sababu wananunua hawa ng'ombe wakiwa nje kabla hawajafika kwenye mnada. Kwa hivyo naunga mkono sana mswada na tunaomba sana kaunti yetu ya Uasin Gishu isangatie haya maneno kwa umakini. Asante Mheshimiwa Spika.
Honorable Kodi.
Asante sana Mheshimiwa Spika. Hata nami nimesimama kuunga mkono hoja ambayo imeletwa na Mheshimiwa Julius Songok kutoka Tulwet-Chuyan kwamba uwanja wa mauzo ambayo tuko naye katika kaunti yetu imekuwa kwamba hakuna watu ambao wanafanya biashara pale. Ukiona kwamba katika sehemu zangu hata ama wadi yangu ya Ziwa watu wamehamia uwanja wa Kakamega ambao ni matunda, kwa kuwa huko ng'ombe kuingia uwezi chachiwa, lakini huku yani ng'ombe ikiingia unatoa ushuru na ikitoka unatoa ushuru ikiwa hapa Uasin Gishu. Lakini ukifika pale upande wa Kakamega utaona kwamba ng'ombe ikiingia haiwezi kutoa chachiwa, lakini ikitoka tu kama wameuza, hao wanapata ushuru, kwamba unaona wanapata ushuru, wameonelea kwamba afadhali tu charge ng'ombe safari moja kuliko ichachiwe mara mbili. Nimesimama kuunga mkono kwa kuwa hata huku tukiwa Uasin Gishu hatuna ule mtu ambaye tunaita dalali auctioneer huku Uasin Gishu, na ingekuwa bora ikiwa kwamba katika kila uwanja wa mauzo tukuwe na mtu ambaye tunamuita auctioneer ambaye atauza ng'ombe. Ya pili, tuende mambo ya kuku. Hata kuku hapa Uasin Gishu, kuku moja inachachiwa shilingi 30. Na ukifika upande wa Kakamega, wana ile kitu mkeka ambao wanachukua, wanacharge hiyo mkeka, sio kuku moja. Hapo tumeona kwamba Mheshimiwa Spika, hapa Uasin Gishu tunapoteza ushuru mingi, na tunapenda kuona kwamba hii mswada ambaye Mheshimiwa Julius ametoa, nikiwa mwenyekiti wa utekelezaji, tunataka kuona mambo imetekelezwa ili tupate ushuru. Ni haya tu Mheshimiwa Spika.
Mheshimiwa Toretich.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, for giving me this opportunity. I stand to support the motion which is in this House, whereby there is need for the county government of Uasin Gishu to harmonize charges which are being charged at the various yards within this county. We know we have so many categories of livestock. We have the cattle, we have the sheep, we have the pigs, goats, horses, and so many others that have not been categorized, or they have not been transacted at those yards. Besides ensuring that, requesting that they harmonize the rates, there is also need for the county government of Uasin Gishu to ensure that there is 100% collection of those charges which are being charged. We can have either mobile CCTV, so that whenever they will be having, they will be conducting sales at those yards, at least we have one, so that by the end of the day we know that how many animals are being sold at that particular yard. I've been attending one some years back when I used to be young, at the ward of Mheshimiwa Serem at a place called Karandili. And that particular time, you will find that we have more than 500 cows, we have more than 1,000 sheep and goats. But by the end of the day, you might find out that they are giving out fake receipts. They are giving out fake receipts. So it will not have served any purpose. Maybe initially it was 60 shillings, and you find that the transaction is done outside the same yard. You'll find that those animals go to the same yard, but there is a transaction which is being done for those animals inside the yard, and also there is an agreement that they agree on, the two, now the seller and the buyer agree on a specific point where they're going to meet and do their own transaction. So there must be a clear cut line, so that they understand that those animals which have already entered the yard, and there is no any other transaction which will take place within the surrounding. And also those officers who are in place at that particular time, I don't know if they can come up. I'm not an expert in ICT, but I believe it's doable. The county government can purchase one which is mobile. Before they start the transaction on a particular day, it is planned, and then thereafter they can move with that, that equipment. And there are so many modes of payments currently. They can do it in cash, and that's the one we are trying to discourage, because we are losing a lot of money. They can do it via check. That's not badly off. For someone who has so many number of animals, they can do it. They can use a pay bill, which is being used mostly currently within this country of ours. Besides that, they should also follow up to ensure that the same facility, that's the yard, also have the required amenities. You might find out that within those amenities, they don't have the yards now. That's what I mean. Maybe they don't have the toilets. maybe the structures are not up to the standard. We are talking of they're selling, we have sheep, we have goats, we have also chicken. Or what do we call it in, what do you call it? Yeah, poultry. That's the right language. We should also construct those specific yards. I don't know, we call it yards for poultry or whichever name they call it, so that at least we have a place where we hold them. If we don't have also the structure for the animals, it should be up to the standard. You'll find that some of them, it's the human beings who are the shield so that those animals cannot get out of the yard. So they should also ensure that those facilities are up to the standard. Then before that, because we know animals or livestock are a source of income, and particularly in this region whereby each and almost all the families in the village have one or two livestock. It's either one has a sheep, a goat, a poultry, at least every family has one or two. So it's also good for the government to ensure that there is capacity building so that as they make it a business, so that it could be economically productive. It can be economically productive, be it a poultry, be it by being supplied with the capacity building from the veterinary officers, and also for goats and sheep and cattle, we have the dips, the structures that can ensure that our animals are not infected by the mites and all these other kinds of pests. And also there is enough supply of their caricides. We have so many dips, because by the end of the day, the means justifies the end. If the county government is not addressing on the issues of the means, that's having the caricides, the dips, the structures, and all those things, will not have as many animals as possible. By the end of the day, you will find that so many farmers so many people will do this business of livestock, and as an individuals or as domestic or homesteads, they will be having a lot of income from these animals. At the same time, the county government also will have as many income as possible. You know, even in our own budget, in the county government and also they have set aside a lot of money for empowerment. There is kuku na mama, there is empowerment for doppers, there is empowerment maybe for cows. But by the end of the day, it will not serve any purpose if we don't have a proper structure whereby if a group are giving these animals, they can sustain them, they can grow so that as they go forward, they'll be getting a lot of income. I stand to support this motion, and it will assist us basically in this county of ours of Wasikishu. Thank you very much, Madam Speaker.
Honorable Kering.
Asante Madam Speaker kwa kunipatia nafasi hii ili pia niweze kusimama na kuchangia mswada ambao umeletwa mbele yetu na Mheshimiwa Julius Ongok, mwakilishi wadi Tulwet Chuyat, kuhusu soko zetu za mifuko zetu ama ng'ombe. Sana sana nimeona ni kuhusiana na ng'ombe na zingine. Kwa kweli sisi kama county tungependa sana tuimarike kiuchumi, kibiashara na maendeleo. Tunapoongea kuhusu kuinua jamii, pia mifuko pia ni moja la jambo ambalo linaweza kusaidia wakaji wa katuzi hii ama kaunti ya Uasin Gishu. Mambo mengi kama ya ukulima na sasa hii ya mifuko. Tuone kwamba wasitembee kwingine kwenye kaunti nyingine. Vile mheshimiwa mmoja hapa amesema kwamba katika sehemu ya Kakamega ambayo ni matunda, nikikumbuka sehemu zile za zamani pia nilikuwa naishi sehemu hiyo, babu yangu alipokuwa akipeleka dume moja kila Jumamosi ni kwamba nilikuwa nafurahia nikafikiri labda kumbe iko Uasin Gishu, kumbe ilikuwa inaenda sehemu nyingine, lakini sikulijua. Lakini tunaomba sana tuongee kama nyumba hii ili kwamba wazingatie haya, kwamba wapunguze gharama ya kuingia na kutoa, kuingiza mifuko zetu, na baada ya kuuza kusiwe na kwamba kuweka gharama mingi kwa mkulima. Kwa hivyo mimi nasimama kuunga mkono mswada huu, na zaidi ya hayo ni kwamba tena tuweke maanani ya kuendeleza kupata ng'ombe mifuko nyingi. Mambo ya AI, wakulima wetu waimashisho sana ili kwamba wapate kuongezeka kwa mifugo katika kaunti hii. Maana kuna wanunuzi pia labda wanaweza kimbilia sehemu nyingine mahali kuna ng'ombe mingi, labda Uasin Gishu hakukuwa na ng'ombe ya kuwatoshelesha kwa biashara yao. Kwa hivyo tunafaa pia tuzingatie mambo ya AI ili tupate mifugo kuongezeka. Kwa hivyo nasimama kuunga mkono, ambalo ni swala nzuri kwa jamii yetu. Asante, naunga mkono.
Honorable members, taking note of the very worthy contributions from you, I now accord this opportunity to the mover of the motion for right of reply.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, again. I stand here also to really thank my honorable members, Madam Speaker, for contributing wisely to this very enabling debate on the matters of trade pertaining livestock traders. And I'm really humbled to say that if the county government can see actually ways of trying to balance between losses and profit, they'll be in a position now to regulate and see how actually the need of trying to balance the levies that is being charged to our animals. And I'm really glad to say that the honorable members have spoken, and everyone have also give an input of what is being experienced in their places where they represent their border regions, and also where I come from, like the place of Loti. Also there, you find that most of our traders go to those parts of Kericho, bordering Kwebatek, transporting the animals to that particular far end, because of maybe what they find here in Uasin Gishu may not accommodate them, because profit making nowadays is a very small margin, Madam Speaker. And people value that 20 shillings or even 10 shillings. And we find that us losing that 10 shillings, it will be of great loss to the people of Uasin Gishu, because we have so many activities that we need to come up with. We have promised our people so many things that every cent is of essence in this county of Uasin Gishu, Madam Speaker. And I want to say that, honorable members, thank you very much. I want us to really pass this motion so that can be taken to the next arm of government for consideration. And I want to say that as the committee that we are doing the oversight, we shall task them to really follow and see that our collections is being done at every sale yard. And we collect all the money and be channeled to the right accounts, be it in M-Pesa or account. So on that note, I want to say that this county assembly was in Gishu. Let us do the much we can to see that we assist our people. Let us do everything that enable them perform or do their business in a very conducive environment without being harassed. Because we find that most of the traders because we have this, our security officers and those who are doing the collections. Some people also may decide even going to another county because of maybe now the hostile environment, and that one now, we are there also to assist them, that let our people do business in a very humble, conducive environment. So on that note, Madam Speaker, I want to say thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to contribute, debate, and maybe now it's upon now the House to decide on what action to be taken from your, maybe what you can declare, Madam Speaker. Thank you very much.
Honorable members, the motion on the floor having been deliberated upon at length, as moved by the Honorable Member from Tulwet Chuyat, that the fourth schedule of Constitution of Kenya 2010 gives mandate to the county government over agriculture, including livestock sale yards. Further aware that residents of Uasin Gishu County largely depend on livestock and livestock products. Noting that the county government has established livestock sale yards distributed across the county, cognizant that livestock sale yards are a source of revenue for the county government, concerned that there are discrepancies in fees charged at different sale yards. This county assembly urges this county government of Uasin Gishu through the Department of Livestock and Fisheries to harmonize the levies on livestock sale yards as provided for in the Finance Act 2010-2021. I'll now pose the question. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many of contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Honorable members, there being no other business, this session stands adjourned until this afternoon at 2:30 p.m.